I never thought I'd be the guy writing one of these stories. You know, the kind where you're reading and thinking, this can't be real. But here I am. I'm 29, from a small town in Ohio, and I just found out that my wife of 5 years has been cheating on me with my younger brother. Yeah, Caleb, my little brother, the kid I helped raise, the one I taught how to ride a bike, how to talk to girls, how to not completely bomb a job interview. That brother. I don't even know where to start, so I guess I'll just lay it out. I met Lisa in college. She was sharp, confident, and funny in that dry, sarcastic way I love. We hit it off fast. Study sessions turned into late-night talks, and before I knew it, we were moving in together. I brought her home to meet my family during the holidays, and everyone loved her. Even my mom, who doesn't warm up to people easily, called her a good one. Caleb was 16 then, quiet, lanky, still figuring himself out. Lisa used to joke around and call him her favorite in-law, messing up his hair like he was still a kid. He'd blush and grin, totally harmless back then. Fast forward, Lisa and I got married after graduation, settled into a little house just outside town. Nothing fancy, but it was ours. She got a job in marketing. I started working in IT. We were stable, not perfect, but who is? We had our fights, money, stress, when to start a family, but nothing that ever felt like it would break us. Caleb eventually moved to our city for college. At first, he crashed on our couch for a bit while he looked for a place, which turned into months. I didn't mind. He was family. I looked out for him, especially after our dad walked out on us, and it was just me, Caleb, and Mom trying to figure things out. Lisa seemed cool with it. She and Caleb got along well. Maybe too well in hindsight, but I didn't think much of it. I trusted them both. Then little things started adding up. Lisa started staying late at work. Not every night, but often enough that I began to notice. Sometimes she'd come home already showered, saying she'd gone to the gym after work, even though her gym bag looked untouched. She started locking her phone. She'd laugh less around me, but still light up when Caleb made some dumb joke. I told myself I was being paranoid. I mean, come on, my wife and my brother? That's the kind of twisted thing you see in bad movies, not real life. Then came the night it all snapped. We were hosting a barbecue for my mom's birthday. Backyard full of folding chairs, plastic cups, burgers on the grill. Everyone was having a good time. I ran inside to grab more plates, and as I passed the hallway, I heard whispering. I froze. It was Lisa's voice and Caleb's. Too close. Too familiar. I stepped quietly closer, just enough to hear her say, "We have to be more careful." Then him, I know, I don't want to hurt him. My stomach dropped. I didn't confront them that night. I couldn't. I spent the rest of the evening smiling, flipping burgers, pretending everything was fine while my insides felt like they were turning to ice. Later that night, when Lisa was in the shower, I opened her phone. She'd forgotten to lock it. I don't even remember breathing as I scrolled through her texts. There they were. Months of messages. Flirty ones, angry ones, naked pictures, plans to meet, inside jokes, and worse, I love yous. From my wife to my brother. I don't remember much after that. I walked out the front door and drove. No destination, no plan, just drove around our town like I didn't live there anymore, like nothing around me was real. I think I sat in a parking lot for 2 hours trying to decide whether to scream, cry, or throw up. I did none of those things. I just sat there, staring into the dark. It's been a week since I found out. I haven't confronted either of them yet. Lisa thinks I'm distant, and Caleb's been keeping his space. Maybe they know. Maybe they're waiting. But I'm not sure what comes next. Divorce, obviously, but the betrayal goes so deep, it's like a rot I can't cut out. I'm not even sure why I'm writing this.
I think the human mind has a way of protecting itself from total collapse. Like when something so unreal happens, you almost float above it, detached, like you're watching your life happen to someone else. That's how I felt for the past week. I've been walking around like a ghost in my own house, pretending I don't know the thing that's ripping my life apart. I still wake up next to Lisa. I still pour her coffee. I still talk to Caleb in short, clipped sentences when he swings by to grab things he forgot. I keep waiting for one of them to say something, to break the silence first, but they don't. So today, I did. I didn't plan it. I didn't sit down with a speech. I think I just reached the edge. It was a Thursday. I was home early from work because I couldn't focus on anything. Lisa was in the kitchen, casually scrolling her phone like nothing was wrong. I walked in and I just looked at her. Really looked. This person I thought I knew so deeply suddenly looked like a stranger in her own skin. Her eyes met mine and she smiled. I couldn't even fake one back. I said, "How long has it been going on with Caleb?" Everything stopped. She froze, eyes wide, and for a second I saw the version of her that might have denied it, but then her shoulders slumped, and she looked down at the floor. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. That was it. No denial, no outrage, no performance, just quiet confirmation that everything I feared was true. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I think I just nodded, like I just confirmed something on a checklist. I asked her how it started. She said it was emotional at first, that Caleb had been there for her during a rough time between us, that he understood her in a way I didn't. That line made me want to break something. She said it turned physical about 5 months ago, in our house. Sometimes when I was away for work, sometimes when I was just asleep upstairs. I asked her if she loved him. She didn't answer right away. She just started crying and said, "I don't know," which honestly might have hurt more than a yes. I asked her why she didn't tell me, why she didn't just leave if she was that unhappy. She said she still loved me too, that she was confused, that she never meant to hurt me. I couldn't take it anymore. I walked out. I drove around again, like I did that first night, but this time I wasn't numb. This time I was angry, furious, not just at her, at myself, for missing it, for trusting so blindly, for inviting the man who ended up sleeping with my wife into our home, giving him a roof, food, support, all because he was blood, my own brother. And that's the part that's breaking me the most right now. Caleb. I haven't confronted him yet. I don't even know how to. I'm afraid of what I'll say or do when I finally look him in the face. This isn't just betrayal. It's something deeper. It's like a fracture in the foundation of everything I believed about loyalty, family, and love. I feel unmoored, like nothing is solid anymore. Lisa said she would leave for a few days to give me space. She's at a friend's place now. The house is quiet. Too quiet. I keep hearing echoes. Her laugh in the hallway, Caleb's voice from the guest room, memories that don't feel safe anymore. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Part of me wants to burn it all down, divorce, cut Caleb off, move to a different state, and never look back. But part of me still wants answers. I still want to know why. Why him? Why me? I don't know if this story is helping anyone else, but it's helping me just to get it out, to write it down, to give shape to the chaos in my head. Maybe next time I'll be ready to talk to Caleb, or maybe I'll just keep writing until the pieces stop hurting so much.
I saw Caleb today. I didn't mean to. I was at the grocery store, grabbing whatever random stuff I could find just so I wouldn't have to sit alone in that damn house. I turned the corner near the frozen food aisle, and there he was, standing there with a box of pizza rolls in his hand, like he wasn't the guy who blew up my life. Our eyes locked. He froze, then tried to smile. I didn't. I just stared at him, and in that second, I felt every ounce of rage come rushing to the surface. I dropped my basket and walked straight up to him. He said, "Hey man," like it was just another day, like we hadn't crossed a line you don't come back from. I didn't say anything. I was too afraid of what I might say or do in public. I clenched my fists so hard my nails dug into my palms. He kept talking, rambling. I didn't want it to happen like this. I didn't plan it. I swear, man, it just happened. That phrase, it just happened. I lost it. I didn't punch him. I wanted to, but I stepped so close I could feel his breath. I said, "You came into my house. You looked me in the eye every damn day while you were screwing my wife. You think that just happens?" He started to look nervous. Good. He should. I told him he was dead to me, that I didn't care what his excuses were, that I would never forgive him, not in this life, not ever. He tried to apologize again, said he was lost and jealous, that he always felt like he was living in my shadow, that he didn't mean to hurt me. But that's the thing. People always say they didn't mean to hurt you, like that makes it better, as if intent erases impact. I asked him if he loved her. He didn't answer at first. Then he looked away and said, "I thought I did." That told me everything I needed to know. This wasn't some random mistake. This was deep. This was personal. I left, walked straight out of the store, got in my car, and sat there for 20 minutes, just staring at the dashboard, heart pounding. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat there, hollow. You know what's funny? Growing up, I always defended Caleb. He was the wild one, the screw-up, the guy who couldn't hold a job or a relationship, but I always had his back. I covered for him when he crashed Mom's car. I lent him money I knew I'd never get back. And this is how he repaid me. When I got home, Lisa had left a note on the kitchen counter. Said she'd started therapy. Said she was sorry again. That she wanted to fix things. I didn't even touch the note. I left it there like a poison I didn't want to open. I don't know if I want to fix anything. I don't even know what fixing looks like after something like this. Trust doesn't grow back. It doesn't heal like a scrape. It dies, quietly, slowly. Then one day you realize it's gone, and nothing you do can bring it back. I keep thinking about the version of my life that existed just 6 months ago. The one where I thought I had a solid marriage, a supportive family, a future I could count on. That version's dead now, and what's left feels like ashes. I haven't told anyone yet. Not my parents, not my friends. I don't want their pity. I don't want their shock or their opinions. I want clarity. I want peace. I want one day to go by where I don't feel like a fool. But I know that's a long way off. People talk about betrayal like it's a single event, but it's not. It's a wave. It hits you again and again at random times. When you pour 2 cups of coffee out of habit. When you see an old photo on your phone. When you open a drawer and find the shirt she used to sleep in. It's everywhere. In everything. I don't know what happens next, but I know I'll keep writing until I figure it out. It's been 3 weeks since I saw Caleb at the store, and I haven't spoken to Lisa since I found that note on the counter. We live in the same house, technically, but it's like we're ghosts to each other. She moved into the guest room, I sleep in our old bedroom, but it doesn't feel like mine anymore. I don't think I've really slept in days. Just drift in and out, haunted by every memory I didn't ask for, every laugh that now feels fake, every kiss that's been poisoned. 2 nights ago, I finally opened her phone records. I don't know why I hadn't done it earlier. Maybe some part of me didn't want to see it all laid out. But I needed to know, so I did. And what I found broke something that was still hanging on inside me. It had been going on for 7 months. 7. Dozens of late-night calls. Texts at 2 a.m. when she said she was working late or couldn't sleep. Trips to the grocery store that lasted 2 hours. Weekend errands that now feel like code words. And all those times she looked me in the eye and said, "I love you," before walking out the door, she was lying. She was already gone. That same night she came into the kitchen while I was staring at the phone bill on the table. I didn't hide it. I wanted her to see. She paused, like a deer caught in headlights. I asked her one question. Just one. Was there ever a moment you felt guilty? She looked down, took a deep breath, and said, "Yes, every time you told me you loved me." That hit harder than I thought it would. I told her I couldn't do this anymore,
that I was done pretending, that no amount of therapy or apologies could undo the fact that she chose him. Not once, not in a moment of weakness, over and over again. She broke down, started crying, begging, trying to hold my hand. I didn't move. I couldn't. I told her I was leaving, that I didn't want to share space with someone who made a joke out of everything we built. She said, "But this is still your home." And I said, "No, you burned that down a long time ago." The next day, I packed a bag and went to stay with a buddy from work. He doesn't know the whole story, just that my marriage is falling apart. He's giving me space, which I'm grateful for. I needed air, distance. I needed to get away from the smell of her perfume on the pillows, the sound of her footsteps down the hallway, the ghost of what we used to be. But even here, away from all of it, I can't escape the memories. They're everywhere. I found myself scrolling through old photos last night like a masochist. Our trip to Colorado, her birthday dinner, the day we moved into that house. Smiling faces, intertwined hands, and now, knowing what I know, it all feels like a lie. How much of it was real? How much of it was performance? I keep going back to this one thought. Did she ever really love me? Or was I just safe, convenient, a stepping stone to whatever chaos she needed to feel alive? And Caleb, was he just the forbidden thrill? Or did she see something in him I didn't have? That part messes with my head more than anything. People keep telling me to focus on healing or take care of myself. But what does that even mean? How do you heal from something that wasn't just painful but disorienting? How do you come back from knowing the two people you trusted the most saw your life as disposable? I haven't responded to Lisa's texts. She sends one every couple of days, things like, "Just checking on you," or "I miss you." But she doesn't get it. I'm not the same man who kissed her goodbye in the morning and believed she'd come home to me clean. That man is gone, replaced by someone angrier, colder, more cautious. I don't like this version of me, but he's the one who survived. The worst part, my parents still don't know. I've avoided every call. I don't know how to tell them that their golden sons destroyed each other, that the picture-perfect family we had was a facade, that I was betrayed not by a stranger, not by a distant acquaintance, but by blood. I'm tired. Not in the need more sleep way, in the soul-deep, nothing feels good anymore way. But writing this helps. Somehow putting the pain into words makes it feel less chaotic. Like if I can name it, maybe I can tame it. Maybe. There's a part of me that wonders what happens if I forgive. Not now, maybe not even soon, but someday. I don't mean taking her back or playing happy family again. I mean letting go of the grip this betrayal has on my heart. Because right now, it owns me, and I don't want to be its prisoner forever. I don't know what part 5 looks like yet. I guess I'll figure it out when I get there. It's been 2 months since I walked out of that house, and I haven't looked back. Lisa still texts sometimes, not as much as before, and I've stopped opening them. Caleb tried calling once. I let it ring. I blocked both of them a week later, not out of anger, but because I needed peace. I was sick of wondering what they'd say next, what excuses they'd come up with, how they'd twist their choices into something softer, something forgivable. I'm not interested in soft lies anymore. I moved into a small apartment about 30 minutes from where I used to live. It's quiet. Small kitchen, 1 bedroom, a couch I got off Craigslist that's way too firm, but it's mine. There are no memories here, no ghosts in the walls. Just silence and time and space to feel everything. At first, it was unbearable. Waking up alone after 5 years of having someone beside you messes with your mind. I'd reach for a body that wasn't there, then remember why. I'd see something funny online and instinctively think to share it with Lisa, then feel that stab in my chest all over again. But slowly, and I mean slowly, the weight started to shift. There was a morning last week when I realized I hadn't thought about them in 2 whole hours. And then another day where I laughed, really laughed at something my coworker said. Those moments are small, but they feel like victories. I've started therapy.
twice a week. At first, I hated it. Hated talking about it, hated reliving it, hated feeling like I was the broken one. But the truth is, I was broken, and pretending I wasn't helping. My therapist asked me something that stuck with me. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be free? I sat with that question for days. Because yeah, I was right. I was faithful, loyal, blindsided. I deserved better. But clinging to that truth didn't make me feel any less alone. Forgiveness isn't about letting them off the hook. It's about dropping the weight from your hands. I'm not there yet, but I see the road now. I know it's possible. And that's something. I've reconnected with people I lost touch with. Old friends. My cousin I hadn't seen in years. I'd told my parents. That was brutal. My mom cried. My dad just kept shaking his head like he couldn't believe it. But they didn't judge me. They hugged me. My mom brought over food. My dad helped me mount my TV. It reminded me that love still exists in places untouched by betrayal. Not all relationships end in disaster. Not all people lie. That truth, more than anything, has been helping me rebuild. Sometimes I still wonder what their lives look like now. Did they try to make it work? Are they pretending everything's fine? I don't know. And for the first time, I don't care. Their story isn't mine anymore. I have my own life to live. A future to write. One where I get to choose the people around me carefully. One where love is honest and simple and steady. And if you've read this far, or listened, or left a comment, thank you. I mean that. When I started writing this, it was just me trying to breathe through the pain. But the support I've received, the stories others have shared, the messages of strength and hope, they reminded me I'm not alone. None of us are. So if you're going through something like this, hold on. It gets better. Slowly, quietly, but it does. Thank you for being here.